I said this morning that I would talk a little bit about my work with a research lab. I was, for 6 months, attached to a research lab. I took a job at a research lab. It was a contract. They were basically 4 lead scientists, 1 scientist who ran the whole lab, and then each of the 4 research scientists had like a group underneath them of unpublished or lesser published scientists and engineers, that kind of thing, working for them. I was brought in to help coordinate. The hope was that I would be able to coordinate these 4 groups to work together. They're all their work was all separate but connected, and the hope was that with stronger connections and more interaction between the groups, the innovation would happen faster, which I shared the hope. I thought that makes complete sense. Why not do something like that? What I did not know, having never worked with research scientists before, and again, all brilliant people, I would say they were all internationals too. I think some from Korea, some from England, some from Japan. But anyways, what I didn't know is, in the research community, apparently having your name on a research paper, if your name is not the first name on the paper, then it's almost like the second place is very far in second place. Second listing is very far down, and almost like for many of them, it seems like not really worth the effort, or it's not very prestigious at all. Is the way it was explained to me by the person who ran the lab. This is maybe his understanding. I'm bringing forth his understanding to you. So it was strange to me, and I guess it wasn't so strange to me. They were not in a position, those 4 head scientists, I would guess. My efforts it was a real uphill battle to try to get them to coordinate their work groups together, to have like one schedule for the entire lab. It wasn't something that they seemed to be very interested in. And I think part of that was played into, or that feeling was brought about because, oh, it's a Firefly. I get it. The guy's got the Serenity on the back of his truck. I like it. It played into why they didn't really have any kind of great desire to coordinate the 4 groups together. This idea that if I'm not top dog in the building, then it just was unsavory to research scientists. I say that to say, when we talk about things like Bigfoot, which I was talking about earlier, the idea that somebody might come in with a alternate theory of something, like, I'm using Bigfoot as my example because it seems to be the one that people can be most dismissive about, but I'm not sure that I'm ready to dismiss it. I can dismiss some. I'm dismissing completely, by the way, flat Earth, completely not anything I would ever buy into. Landing on the moon, that one's going to take a lot of research before I go, no, we didn't land on the moon. But I mean, I have people I know who are smart people who are like, yeah, there's a lot of fishy stuff there, but I've not looked into it deep enough to say. So for now, we landed on the moon, as far as I'm concerned. Anyways, the idea that like alternate theories or fringe, I think that was a better term for it, fringe theories like Bigfoot, are so dismissed by the research community, I think is in part because of this, what's the word I'm looking for? The mindset that to be wrong as a scientist, which, every normal anthropologist will tell you, every mainstream anthropologist will like poo-poo the idea. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe that's not true. I'm actually not super steeped in the Bigfoot research community either. But the general population is going to poo-poo it, I think, because actual research scientists don't want to spend their time, or can't seem to get grant money to go out and prove it, because it's not going to be a paper that they're going to have a name and they're going to have a lot of credit. It's not going to engender them to the research community. So they don't go and chase these kinds of fringe theories. Bigfoot is one example, but UFOs is another example. The money or the prestige is not there. It's all, apparently, from my small interaction with them, prestige is a huge thing. And I get it. I mean, these are really, really smart guys who put in a lot of time and energy into their education and into their craft. So I don't fault them for having that drive. If anything, I'm a little envious of that drive. But it also does mean that fringe theories don't get sussed out by people who are attached to that level of prestige, because they don't want to be seen as less than prestigious, I guess, in their field. This is a shame. So it's left to people who are who don't really care if they look prestigious or not. So those end up being the people with the crazy hair that you see on the History Channel or whatever channel that is, because they don't carry around that ego, so they don't comb their hair, I guess. All right, that's my thought for today. If you have any thoughts or comments, hit me down below. Please hit subscribe and share the video too, and give it a thumbs up because that helps it get seen by more people. Cheers.